Hello everyone. Good morning. Welcome. I am going to be showing you guys how I color in my Disney Vitraux book. This is the second one, and this is definitely going to be in parts because these books take a long time for me. I still have whips in here that I haven't even finished, but I think I do have a finished page. I did this one. But they take a really long time, especially if I'm doing it in just pencil. So I chose, and this book is so big, but I'll zoom out and I'll show you the page, and then I'll zoom back in because you won't be able to see what I'm doing if I stay zoomed out. So I'm doing the page with Chicken Little, and we're gonna start on Fish Out of Water here. So hopefully my camera doesn't do anything weird and I can stay in focus. Okay. So let me just find something to keep this kind of, because it lays flat, but it also kind of doesn't. So I need like a clip or something. You know. Okay. So we're gonna do Fish Out of Water, and I have excuse me. I have my Disney Who's Who book, and it has like the characters and you know, little descriptions and things like that. So this is Fish Out of Water, in case you don't know who he is. Okay, so we're gonna color him, and I'm using my Prismacolors just because I don't use them a lot, and I know a lot of you like them, so that is what we're using today. I'm just gonna, it's almost like I need a clip for this too. I mean, I know what he looks like, but I just want to pick the right colors. So let's see. It looks like you can only see the top of his face and I guess that's supposed to be his fin for his arm, I hope. Okay. So I'm gonna get, looks like probably some sunburst yellow and some yellowed orange. And probably some jasmine. So let me grab those colors. Okay, let's see. Jasmine, yellow, orange. Did I say yellow, orange? No, I said sunburst yellow. I could do Spanish orange. They both look about the same, really. I'm gonna do sunburst. And then yellowed orange. I don't think he gets any darker than that. Not in his face, anyway. Okay. So let me just put these to the side. Put that to the side. Find my sharpener. And I'm going back to using my Tagal for my Prismacolors because when I tried to use them in my what is that? My Stedler, they broke. They break a lot in that sharpener, so I won't be using them in there. I also need, like, my Tagal sharpener is so dirty that when I sharpen it, sometimes the colors from the shavings rub off on the pencil and they get everywhere. So I need to clean that later. Not now, but later. Okay. But it leaves like, now I'll show you in a second. It leaves like this little ring of color around my pencils. Just so you guys know what I'm talking about and you don't think I'm going crazy. So it leaves like, do you see that ring going around? So it kind of leaves that. But anyway, okay. So when I color in these books, for the characters themselves, I don't color them like by the pattern. I just color them like as if the lines and the shapes weren't even there. So I'm gonna go over his whole face with some jasmine. And I'm just gonna scribble it in. And then he's darker along the back side. And then as you get closer to his face, he's a bit lighter. So we'll do that way. Also, I noticed they're not as detailed as the actual character. At least some of them aren't. So sometimes they might be missing some details. Sometimes certain elements that are part of that character are not there because it's like geometric or stained glass type of thing. So just trying to get the feel of this guy. He's not that bright, so I'm gonna tone him down a little bit. And then we'll bring in the darker color. And I know you're supposed to like blend with Prismacolor, but I like to layer. That's probably why they don't work as well for me. I mean, they work. I have a problem with the smearing with Prismacolor. I don't know if anybody else has that problem. They're an okay pencil. You know, they're definitely not my favorite. It looks like he's a little darker around the eyes, actually. So I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna bring this back in because he's a little darker around the eyes. I was gonna do him lighter, but he has like he's a little orange around the eyes. So we'll bring that. I hope it kind of looks like him. He looks like Darwin from The Amazing Adventures of Gumball, or whatever that show is called. He doesn't really look like fish out of water, I guess, because and then his lips are this color too. They're dark. So now we're coming together just a bit. His fin is also this color, so I'm gonna bring this down just a little bit because he's a little orange in the middle. So and then I'm gonna go back I hope you guys can see a little better. I tried not to have my camera too zoomed in because if I zoom in too much, my phone starts doing weird stuff. I need to just get a camera so I can record but I have a feeling it's gonna do the same thing. And I'm just gonna bring this around. I'm gonna grab that jasmine and I'm gonna come back in and finish it off. Just blend it all together. I might need something darker, but for now, I think he looks pretty cool. I don't know what I did with my my little brush thing, so I'm just gonna, it'll be fine. Okay, so he has like a little fin right here, and then this fin also down here, that I'm gonna have to zoom you guys out a little so you can see it. His fins are red, reddish orange. They're not red, they're reddish, like a red orange, like the same color there. So I think I'm actually gonna bring in pumpkin orange. If I can find it, here it is. Because I think this is supposed to be a bit darker. Yeah, so I'll bring in the pumpkin orange. The same thing for around his eyes. Pumpkin orange, yeah, that darkens it up a bit. So I'll just put some there. And then also for his fins, so we'll just come in. And then I'm gonna grab the yellowed orange. That's the darker one, and just gonna bring it in. There's not a lot of light on this part, so most of this will be this yellowed orange, and then I'll come in with the what was it? What's the other one we picked? Sunburst yellow. I'm just blending this in. He looks a little yellow. I don't think he's meant to be that yellow, so I'm gonna bring in some more of this orange, and I'm just gonna bring it out, and then I'll add some of that pumpkin orange, because he seems a little yellow, and he's not meant to be this yellow. So we'll darken him up with some orange. That looks better. And then I'll bring in some of this one, just for around the edges, so he appears more orange. There, that looks better. So he kind of looks like him. in theory. Okay, so his helmet is light brown. So I'm gonna start with, let's see if I can match it just a little bit. It looks like he's got some umber going on. So we'll do light umber, sepia, maybe some dark brown. Okay. No, we'll do, yeah, we'll do it like that. So we'll grab some light umber, some dark brown, and some sepia, I think. But we'll start with the light umber. I'm gonna put these other colors away. Let's see. Here's dark brown. What else did I say? Dark umber. Okay. No, I said light umber, sepia, and dark umber, right? Okay. Anywho, let's start with light umber. And I am just going to go over this. This layer doesn't have to be perfect because we're gonna go over it a couple times anyway, so just okay. And then this is also part of his little helmet. Okay. All right. And then our next one, I think dark umber. Sepia actually seems lighter than dark umber. So I guess we'll go with that next. And which side do I want the light on? I guess kind of at the top, because this is like it's coming from around the corner. And you can even stop at this color. I can just leave it be because his helmet's like pretty light. So if you want, you don't need the third color really. Sometimes you really don't need. Actually, we're just gonna trial and error. I'm just putting where I think I want the shadows. Because it's not a lot. There's like a, you know, you could put some here. And then probably some coming off here. And a little bit here. Right, okay, so I can actually darken that up because I like where the shadows are. So I'm just gonna darken it up a bit. But his helmet is not dark. It's pretty light. So we're just gonna, I might not even add that third color. But we can see what it looks like. Let's see. Maybe we should, just a little bit. Okay. Let me know know in the comments if you guys actually seen Chicken Little. I think I've seen it once, maybe twice. I think when it was like coming on TV. I think that's when I seen it. I think it was on the Disney Channel at one point or something. HBO. I'm not sure what channel it was on, but I seen it when it had came on TV. I thought it was cool. My favorite character actually is Fish Out of Water. He doesn't talk, but he was pretty funny. The whole movie actually was pretty funny. I liked it. I don't think the whole movie was meant to be funny, but it was pretty funny. You know, it had its normal Disney heartfelt moments and so on and so forth, but I thought it was funny. Sometimes in these books, I also use my water-based markers. I wish they were single-sided so we could use alcohol markers, because some of these, well, all of these pages, they take a long time to complete. And sometimes we just want a nice, smooth background. And you don't always get that with the water-based markers. But if you want as close as you can possibly get to a smooth background with water-based markers, I would recommend the Arteza Twee markers or the Arteza Everblend Ultra H2O markers. I have little to no streaking with those markers. So far, the Everblends, I don't have any. They remind me of alcohol markers, just water-based. I've not experienced any streaking with them yet. So I've even gone over, like I've put some down, gone over, back again, and it didn't streak. So, and they're really juicy too. So I recommend those. And then the Twi markers, you know, they're like brush markers, kind of. So if you just go over where you need to go over, it's pretty smooth. I don't think I've used my Prismacolors in this book. They feel okay. I feel like they're not, like I would have to keep going and keep going to get rid of a lot of this white space. But in this book, I actually like when a little bit of the white shows. So I don't mind it in this book. But I do have other books where the Prismacolors do the same thing, and I have to like basically either go over it a million times or I have to press down really hard, which I don't really do. So I don't know, maybe, like I said, the Prismacolors aren't my favorite anyway, so I don't know. I'm just going back in with the shadows. Just so they don't get lost. I feel like they got a little lost, so I'm just bringing them back. Cool. And I do have a blender. I don't know what I did with it. Oh, here it is. I have the Caran d'Ache blender, so I can probably just use this to get rid of the white if I want to. Yeah, it works perfectly fine. So if you don't like the white, just use your blender. If you don't have one, you can use a white colored pencil. I'd recommend getting a blender though, because sometimes you don't want to use white, because sometimes it creates like a film over your colors, or it will leave your colors lighter than you want them to be, Sometimes it makes it look cloudy. So I just recommend getting a blender. It just eliminates all of that. All right. So I think his tongue is pink. I mean, I would hope so. And then I'm actually going to take some of this dark umber. I'm going to sharpen it first. And then I'm going to color the inside where his head is. Because it's pretty much, it's just dark in there. So we're just going to. And I don't want to use black. I think the brown is kind of, it's fine because his helmet is brown, so black would just make it look like there's no light or anything in there. And since his helmet is kind of open, you would see whatever color the helmet is versus just black. So just in a darker version, I would assume, which would be this dark brown, whatever color this is we're using. So yeah. All right. So for his tongue, I'm just going to use pink. And then for around his helmet, I'm actually going to grab this putty beige and sandbar brown, I believe. Because that's a pretty light color around in there. There's some tints of like a light brown as well, but I don't have the right shade in my Prismacolor, so we're just gonna, I could make it looks like a goldish, and I mean I could make a gold, but I'm not for that today. So we're just gonna, I might add some tints of brown just so it doesn't look too, it just looks like a antique gold kind of. I don't know. Now that I'm putting this down, I kind of wish I did it in gold. It's okay. That's what I get for trying to take shortcuts and not want to do it the right way. But this doesn't look bad. I don't hate it. I just wish I would have did it in the gold. But sometimes when I don't feel like replicating the exact color, I just choose something else, which is what I did here. Not up for replicating the color right now, so, because I really just want to show you guys how I color in this book. So the next part I'll show you how I do the background, like the other elements, because I do those a little bit different. So I'll show you how I do that in the next part. And I'm breaking it up in parts just because YouTube is weird, and lately it uploads my videos kind of odd. So I'm trying to keep them at, at a decent time frame, because YouTube likes to be funny. So I hope they fix that. I mean, that is like the main thing people do here is upload videos. And I feel like that's the main thing that should be kind of working at a decent speed, I'm not uploading anything in 4K, so there's no reason why it should take. Sometimes uploading these videos take days, and it's like, why? That is you are a platform where people upload videos. I feel like it shouldn't take days to upload a 45-minute video. So yeah, actually I like this better than the gold. Even though his is a little gold, like I'll show you again right now, but I like this better. We'll color his tongue, and then that is going to be fish out of water, because his eyes are brown, but they've colored them black, and so I have to leave the white space because they didn't leave room for anything else. Okay, so let's just put those back. I'm trying to make a habit of putting my pencils back too. All right, so for his tongue, let's do a happy pink. Let's do like Deco Peach and whatever that is next to it. Blush pink. Okay. So I'm gonna just cover it. And then we'll make it darker down here on this part. Look at him, isn't he cute? Okay. So now if you want his helmet, if you're coloring along and you want his helmet to be the correct color, that is what it looks like. It's like a ochre gold, or like an antique gold or something. But I like my helmet, so it's okay. Here he is. That is fish out of water. So once I color all of the characters, then I'll come back and show you guys how I do the background. But if you want to see me color the characters, then I'll wait, and then I'll show you how to do the background, and we'll just do it together. So let me know what you guys want to see, and I will do just that. So if you want to see the whole page color, let me know, and then I'll come back, and then I'll do his background, or I'll do the next character and the background. I can do his background on my own. I'll do the next character and the background, and then we'll do the next character in the background, then we'll do Chicken Little and his background, etc., etc. So it'd be like 4 parts. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Again, this is the book. This is Disney Vitraux Tome 2. This is the one with Tinkerbell on the front, and this is the Disney Who's Who book. This is the book I used to get kind of what, because I don't know all the Disney characters, believe it or not, I don't. So I have to use this sometimes as reference, because some of like the lesser known characters are actually in this book and in the coloring book, and I don't remember what their colors look like, so I have to come here and look. So in case you're wondering, and I got this from Amazon. So all right, guys, see you in the next video. Have a good one.